Hey guys, my name's Liz. A lot of you know me as Momodiri online, or Lizard to my best friends in real life, and soon hopefully to all my Animal Crossing Islanders as they all stop slowly calling me IRL. Today you'll be watching me speed paint the very first two villagers I started with in my New Horizons gameplay on launch day, Tybalt the tiger and Cherry the dog. Cherry no longer lives with me on my island. She moved to her forever home, an island belonging to a friend of mine who basically is Cherry in real life, so it was absolutely meant to be. Tybalt is wonderful. I love the jocks. In any case, as you watch me slowly render both of these precious darlings in the background, I'm going to be talking about 10 things I wish would be added to the game in time. Number 1, the ability to place wall-hanging furniture onto the sides of cliffs and other cliffside modifiers I have in mind. The bushes that were recently given to us in the Earth Day update add so much in regards to masking the somewhat unattractive and bland cliffsides that we're left to work with when designing our towns. I have plenty of wall-hanging furniture in my storage that I could utilize so beautifully outside, and possibly even rethink how I'm using the cliffs just to incorporate them into my design. And after putzing around with the idea of wall furniture, I thought, wow, why can't I use my wallpaper outside as well? I have plenty of that too. Now this one is a bit of a stretch, but not impossible. I mean, just think, the plaster that we use on the ground outside, we could use that same concept for the sides of the cliffs. Brick, stone, plaster walls, maybe even have one that has like a little hole cut out into it to place small pieces of furniture. Imagine the possibilities with that. Number 2. Now this one is probably my favorite idea that I would give anything to have added to the game, but I know that this is probably the biggest stretch of them all. But I'd love to have partial outdoor rooftops. Think like pergolas or maybe even grass roofs for like a tiki bar that would go transparent when you walk under them, similar to when you walk behind trees and lower the camera so that it makes it go invisible. That way we can have, like actual outdoor buildings or rooms that feel like they're not just open air concepts. So when it's raining, our little library outside isn't absolutely destroyed. Now, when conceptualizing this, I have to be fair to the dev team and imagine how this would even be possible to construct. And the most reasonable way I can think of are for posts similar to the fencing that create a roof on top whenever there are two near one another. But maybe they would remove some of the posts when multiple are added in a row so that it's not like, a wall with a roof on top. Number 3, where is the ceiling furniture? It's in Happy Home Designer. I'm pretty sure it's in Pocket Camp. Don't quote me, I don't remember. But this is also my perfect segue into number 4, which is tied in with Happy Home Designer. I'd love to see Lottie and the Home Designer shop return, maybe with other custom shops, the ones specifically from Home Designer, like the hotel and the theater. This would be a pretty large game-changing concept, so I wouldn't see something like this happening for another year, 2 or 3 into the game. But the idea is that we would have the ability to remodel the animal homes with the things that they currently have in their home, and maybe all the DIYs that we've learned up to that point, and possibly unlock more furniture for DIY based on the styles that each animal is interested in. In addition to that, the one aspect I absolutely loved about Happy Home Designer were the unique shops in the city square that you got to design for all sorts of little purposes. Schoolhouse, theater, hotel, seasonal stores, etc. The only thing remotely similar in previous titles would be the museum shop floor from New Leaf, where you could display your own exhibit, but being trapped in the museum, it lacked that charm a standalone building could create, especially when as customizable as the ones in Happy Home Designer. Continuing on from the shops, we come to number 5. Having little chores and jobs that you can participate in to advance the shops would be awesome. The coffee shop, Home Designer, even the fortune shop. I'm genuinely disheartened that this game is lacking some of the core activities that the previous titles had. And I know I'm probably relying on things staying the same to feel like they're at their best, but I really don't feel like being the big kahuna on the island all the time. I kind of like the little inconveniences of animals asking me to do little chores, or Tom Nook having me deliver a bunch of things for the start of my journey. Currently, I just give things to my villagers in hopes that they'll like it and possibly give me something in return that I don't have. On the very rare occasion I find lost items, which are very easy to find the owner in this game compared to the previous ones, might I add. I do like that you get to inspect them to find out who it might belong to, but I don't think I'm getting any points docked for asking the wrong person first, only to have them tell me exactly who it belongs to afterwards, but oh well. Being asked to deliver something or fetch something more often would be great, and being punished with a disappointed letter or irritated forgiving dialogue would make me feel less like the Mary Sue this world is slowly starting to make me feel like. And incorporating these daily chores into the little shops I'd like to have would be the best way for this to happen. Number 6, letters. I know not everyone will agree with me on this, but I have yet to write a single letter to any one of my villagers. I know I'll try it out eventually to see how they react or what they'll do with it, maybe show it off to my visiting friends, but I'd love for an incentive to do it. I'm sad that they're there and I could write on them, but I just really don't care to. I really only use them to write a letter to my friends to mail them things I think they'll want, but they're lucky enough to even get more than the letter H out of me. I don't know how many of you played the very first Animal Crossing on the GameCube, but they had this code written in for the letters that would actually read them and look for your punctuation, your capitalization, your spelling, and look for keywords for the animals to react to afterwards. They were so picky about the letters being really good that they would only show off ones that they absolutely loved so rarely because it was just very, very difficult to figure out exactly how the coding worked. And I know that's nostalgia talking, but gosh dang it, I actually tried really hard back then. Number 7. Oh boy, I'm sorry, Wisp, but your presence has gone really dull after the first few times that you visited me. I wish you had a small assortment of minigames that you would randomly select through when we interacted with you. Maybe like hide and seek, or delivering something to a villager, or making a new spirit-themed DIY, or something that reminded you of your previous life for a DIY. Anything that would mix it up a little, because I'm a little tired of you just getting scared every single gosh darn time. Number 8. This is a detail that I know would mean the absolute world to me, and I'm pretty sure every single person who plays this game. But we would love to be able to participate in the same animations that the villagers are doing. I would love to have them invite me to join them by sitting on the grass or on the bridge, or maybe even exercise with them with yoga or the weights. Even the Naruto running would be amazing. It would just be possibly a great component to like maybe maxing out the friendship with all the personality types, since they all do different things in their animations based on those things. Having them share their sandwich or drink with you, create better photo ops, all of those amazing things. The singing might be a stretch, but I really would like to do that cute wobble that they do back and forth with them as they sing, and that would make me feel a lot less like the weirdo that I feel like I am when I just stare next to them with my soulless little villager smile and just clap every now and then. Number 9, I would love to see the old furniture series return. But not just the way they were before. I'd love to see them all redesigned to look as nice as the furniture in the current game does. I mean, it all looks so good together, regardless of the style. It's just beautiful. And on top of that, I'd love to see outdoor appropriate pieces designed to reflect the furniture series so that you could have like some kiddie furniture that looks good outside and not just another couch on your porch. The current outdoor furniture is great, but very limited, and limited specifically to suit a very Japanese-feeling town, which absolutely makes sense, and it's beautiful. But what few Western-themed towns I've seen, the furniture is usually all the same, and they try their best with what was given to them. And finally, number 10, which will be a hodgepodge of things I've either discussed with my friends since the beginning of the game, or I've seen a couple people talk online on Twitter or Reddit. This includes, for custom designs, being able to toggle between having it be pixel art or that smooth line art that it does for it. Being able to eat multiple things and craft multiple things at once. I know everyone has complained about this online. Bridges across cliff tops. Oh my gosh, I know that's the big topic right now, and I've wanted that for so long. I'm so sad that we can't do that. Imagine the cute treehouse designs we could do with that. Oh, it'd be so good. And finally, being able to place rugs outside. Why can't we do that? It's just so strange. We can do it in Pocket Camp. Why can't we do it here? Just doesn't make any sense. So there you have it, my very passionate list of concepts that I think could and should realistically be added into the game in time. I'd love to hear your ideas or what you think about mine. I know the dev team for this game is very good about listening to their audience, and with what little but incredibly exciting updates we've had already so far, I don't know what the future can bring. I hope you enjoyed watching these two be painted, and I have plenty more Animal Crossing art content to post and would like to know if you want more voiceovers with them and what sort of content I could blab about. If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, please don't forget to flick that like button and possibly sub if you want to see more. Till next time, guys. Ciao!